What a header that is from Cristiano Ronaldo.
Being range for many, but for this man, certainly. Oh, what a most goal. Certainly. Courtois completely bamboozled. It's 50.
Hello, my name is Godwin Enoch, and I'm a broadcast journalist. Yes, my friend will tell me that I am a sport administrator by accident. Listen every day of the weekday to Sports Cruise on Mainland FM. God bless you.
Well, 961 career goals, 260 assists, 5 times Ballon d'Or winner, 4 times European Golden Boot winner, all-time top scorer in the Champions League history, all-time top scorer as well in national team history, and apart from that as well, 41 at the age of 41, 1,308 games, 961 goals, 260 assists, and 36 trophies. Happy birthday to Cristiano Ronaldo. And take the trip. And as I welcome into the Thursday edition of Sports Cruise on 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos. Yes, of course, the Thursday edition of the show today being the 5th day in the month of February 2025. Also, what's it called now? Marks the birthday of another prince that could have become the king. Talking about Neymar Jr. Today is also his birthday. I will also definitely have to talk about that. But apart from that on the show as well, later tonight, earlier on today, we also got the confirmation from Chippa United as well as Sᴘᴏʀᴛ. Sᴘᴏʀᴛ has officially and mutually terminated his contract at South African Premier League side. Talking about Chippa United. Good to talk about all of that. And ahead of the FIFA Under-20 qualifying game between the Falconet as well as the opponent, talking about the Senegalese national team. The Senegalese national team are released at the official squad list ahead of the game that will be taking place in Abeokuta. That's going to be on Saturday. And also, the AFN, talking about Athletics Federation of Nigeria, also officially announced that the 6-week training camp will be commencing on Saturday in Delta Asaba, just ahead of the Commonwealth Games that will be kicking off in the month of June. And yes, just ahead of Chelsea's Premier League clash over the weekend against Wolverhampton, Chelsea's manager Lam Rosen has also come out to say that Arsenal disrespected Chelsea during Chelsea's semi-final defeat in the hands of Arsenal right there at Emirates Stadium, where their former player, talking about Kai Havertz, scored the final goal to send Arsenal to their first final in over 6 years. Great to talk about all of that. And less than 24 hours, after MPFL side talking about Kun Khalifa decided, to walk away from the league, they are now back. And they've now explained that due to successful negotiations as well as communications with the MPFL, they will be prosecuting, the remainder of their game towards the MPFL season. So that means we have a wonderful, wonderful time. I would have a wonderful time, rather, talking about the Thursday edition of the show. Apart from listening to us on your normal radio gadgets, you can take a listen to us, on social media, official social media platforms, that's YouTube as well as on Facebook. Go on there, search for us, you get to find us. Then, of course, you can listen to us via your radio guardian platform. I just go on there, search for us. I mean, the boy in there also makes his return yet again. But what the date has also been so far, 5th day in the month of January. First of all, the birthday of February, I beg your pardon, the 5th day in the month of February 2025. Today marks the birthday of arguably the greatest player of all time. To kick to kick football, as well as the player that could have become a king, but also remained a prince. Welcome, guys, to Sᴘᴏʀᴛ. Good evening to you and welcome to the show.
Big day. They always say that when great men are born, no matter how great you want to be, you'll always have certain days that would swallow up your own day. Ordinarily, Neymar is someone we should also have compilation for and also celebrate, because on his stuff, on his days, on his time, he was probably the closest we've ever had to Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo in context, in a proper football space now, yeah. And I mean,
is it the closest?
Yeah, it's the closest. I know we've had some really good players in between, maybe times of the likes of Luis Suarez, I look
Wayne
at the
Rooney?
likes of
Maybe
Wayne
maybe in
Rooney
terms of footballing
and
talent.
all of that. But in terms of the combination of Messi's talent and Ronaldo's
Hard work.
work.
Neymar was never hardworking.
No,
in my
so,
opinion.
So this is what I mean. I've done a whole lot of job. Neymar actually left Messi because I probably felt he was tired of living in the shadow of Messi.
Yeah.
He left without 222 million euros deal to PSG. At that point, I'm sure Barcelona putting his buyout clause on that, that no club in the world was going to pull that off.
It, yeah.
But he still went to PSG.
And
Messi still went to meet him in that same
and still
PSG. So
him as well.
you can imagine what it means that no matter how good you are, and you can't write Neymar in Yoruba, they will say Лекоьон Neymar Kire are the youngest captain for the Brazilian national team in their history.
Exactly.
Record goal scorer. It's just so good that when he got injured at the World Cup, the entire setup of the Brazilian national team crumbled to the point that they lost 7-1 or thereabout to Germany. So that shows how big Neymar is, and for him to also be celebrating his birthday today.
The prince that never became the king.
And that's why I said he's the closest.
Yeah.
He's the closest. The prince is probably the closest to the king.
But they are chiefs.
No, see, no matter how highly placed a chief is, the prince is the son of the king.
Yeah, son of the king, exactly. He's
No
the heir
matter,
apparent.
no matter whether you are the Otun or you are the Balogun or you are the whoever you are, the prince is from the direct bloodline of the king. The chiefs are not.
And you know the funniest thing? Ousmane Dembele won the Ballon d'Or before Neymar.
So, I mean, Ousmane Dembele won the Ballon d'Or before Kylian Mbappe. So, Neymar.
Dembele is older than Mbappe now.
No, Kylian Mbappe had won the World Cup at the age of 18. What are you saying?
But Dembele is older.
Again at the age of
But
22.
Dembele is older than and even Dembele was even part of that France 2018 World Cup winning squad.
What I'm even saying is that you would have felt, in terms of longevity, Kylian Mbappe has been at that top level from his move to PSG, from Monaco, the World Cup, and all of that.
Yeah.
And I'll say this: Kylian Mbappe is the greatest player to ever play in the French League One. No disrespect to Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Messi, all of Cavani. Kylian Mbappe is the greatest player to ever play in the French League One at that young age. So the numbers are there for everyone to see. So 6 years, it was the French League Player of the season. Nobody comes close. So that is a given. Do you understand?
Yeah.
But for Kylian Mbappe, there was never that clutch moment with any club. You know, and from January to May of 2025, what Ousmane Dembele did was so clutch that it could be the Ballon d'Or, it could be first, second, and third position in the Ballon d'Or. With the run that PSG had, won the Champions League, won the French League On, won the everything,
made it to the final,
won the UEFA Super Cup, lost the final of the Club World Cup to Chelsea. So that was a moment. And that was a run that PSG needed a face for. And Kylian Mbappe was not the face for that team. It was actually Ousmane Dembele.
That was the run they've been waiting for.
Unfortunately, it was not the golden boy that got the run. It was the random injury-prone guy that was literally thrown out of Barcelona that became the face.
Guys, we have to pay some bills. But before we go, yes, of course, there's also the City Boy also returning as well to the show at the age of 41. Arguably the greatest.
City Boy returning at 41. No, that's how it sounded. You said City Boy returning to the show at the age of 41.
I did a 41.
See, I'm 21. I'm very young.
Young and
You're young and healthy. Wow. Whoa.
I don't understand that we are talking about. But what do you have to say?
Yeah, of course. Arguably the greatest player to ever play the beautiful game of football. You know, at the age of 41, he's still very, very active. He's still very, very motivated, and he's still passionate about the game. He has the mission. He said he wants to reach 1,000
goals,
career goals, and of course, you just mentioned 961 goals, 39 more goals, and the deal is done. And that would be an immaculate figure from an individual player. So it's good to still have Cristiano Ronaldo killing the game at the age of 41, defining what hard work and talent can produce when you are hardworking, and then you are also passionate about what you do. There's this popular saying that talent can take you places, but it's your attitude and your talent that will make you. I mean, attitude and your hard work that will make you remain on the bigger stage. And I think Cristiano Ronaldo exemplified this narrative.
Well,
it's a good one that is still celebrating, and of course, is still very active in the game.
Well, talking about Cristiano Ronaldo as well, he has also officially returned to training after going away for his Saudi professional league side. Talking about Al-Nassr. And yes, guys, before we go on this quick break as well, inside information in honor and in commemoration of Cristiano Ronaldo's birthday, Okwemi has also announced that he's going to be doing giveaway for the boys, as well as for the listeners. Let's just go on a break right now, get to pay some bills. When we come back, we get to open the phone lines. We'll be back in HGV.
Your dream is your only scheme, so keep on pushing.
You're listening to Mainland 98.3 FM. The sound of Lagos.
Are you ready for the development we've all been asking for? The wait is over. The Global Clusters present the 37 Million Youth Digital Literacy Empowerment Initiative, part of the 1 Billion Youth Digital Literacy Empowerment Initiative. This initiative is designed to empower you with the skills and knowledge needed to thrive in today's digital world. Here is how to join. Download the Spark Hub app on Google Play Store for Android users, or visit www.thesparkhubs.org on Safari for iPhone users. Sign up and don't forget to leave a good rating. Explore our courses, including how to become a digital entrepreneur and innovative mind, mastering creative thinking for success. Connect with like-minded individuals, share your thoughts, and be part of the conversation shaping our future. Also remember to share this opportunity with loved ones, family, and friends. For more inquiries, call 0706 628 1841 or 0802 643 9239. Developments we are all craving for is here. Join the movement today.
Finally, the opportunity has arrived. In today's economy, it's challenging to save enough to buy land outright. However, we found a great option that allows you pay in installments. Buy land with affordable monthly payments of 40,000 naira, 50,000 naira, or 70,000 naira spread over 24 months, 18 months, or 12 months. With a deposit of 30,000 naira, you can secure a 500 square meter land on the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, Oguma-King community. You'll pay the balance in the registered survey and deed of assignment. The company handling this is Romel Real Estate, and their contact number is 0906 991 3779 or 0901 2978 380. Their office is located at Suite 322 and 323 BNB Mall, Kilometer 35 ηκε Expressway, Gulf Junction, Lakoe, Lagos. The land is near the Foursquare Church Camp and Muslim Camp. If you're interested, call them or visit their office. Go become a landowner today. Are you looking for admission into a top institution for the 2025-2026 academic year? Good news for you!
The Broadcast Art Institute ND Ikorodu, Lagos is offering you the opportunity to study for the National Diploma in Mass Communication and Multimedia Technology. If you scored 100 and above in your UTME and have 5 relevant O-level credits, you're qualified.
Hurry to the JAM portal and change your institution to Broadcast Art Institute ND Ikorodu, Lagos and secure your admission.
BAI is accredited by the National Board for Technical Education (NBTE). Hostel facilities available on request.
For further details, visit our office, Treasure Island Estate, opposite NMPC Fueling Station, Bayeko Road, Igbogbo, Ikorodu, Lagos, or visit our website at www.bai.edu.ng or call 0806 149 9992 or 0807 446 5676.
The Broadcast Art Institute ND, it's Nigeria's topmost learning facility.
Hey guys, there is something special coming for you.
Are you an artist? Do you think you have the talents to be a superstar? If yes, send your song properly labeled with your name to 0913-6000-420. The first 20 people would have an opportunity to go through a vote process, and after the vote process, the winner gets a free interview and 1 month airplay on our station. There is also something special. You will have a day to spend with your favorite celebrity. So it's simple. Send your song to this number 0913-6000-420. Go on our social media, make a post telling your fans to vote for you. Tag Mainland FM on Instagram and TikTok, and the more engagement your post garner, the higher your chances of winning. Music submission ends on the 15th of February. Voting ends on the 17th, and selection of winners on the 18th of February. Participate and become Nigeria's next superstar. More information on the competition will be live on the bus at 3 p.m. Monday through Wednesdays.
My country people, una don iron clothes ready for the growth wey una don dey wait.
You don cook o.
Global clusters don set table for one ogbonge initiative wey dem call the 37 million youth digital literacy empowerment, wey dey part of the 1 billion youth digital empowerment. That one come mean say dem get target to empower plenty youth for digital skills. And how you wan take dey make am for this digital world? Na to just download the Spark Up app for Google Play Store for people wey dey use Android, or make you go www.thesparkups.org on top Safari for iPhone users them, and make you sign up. You fit explore the courses wey dey our app. This one na correct opportunity to connect with people wey sabi road na, so dey share ideas and be part of the conversation wey dey shape our future. No procrastinate o, no dey wait for person. Download the Spark Up app and start to dey make am happen. For more tori, you fit call this number 0706 628 1841 or 0802 643 9239.
True word, not be cheek, my brother.
You're listening to Mainland 98.3 FM. The sound of Lagos.
Oh, yes! He done it! That's astonishing. It's absolutely world class.
This is not your regular sports show. This is Sport Cruise, only on Mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos. From hot transfer gist to Champions League drama, from Nigeria football madness to global sport cruise, we bring the vibes, the analysis, and pure football fire.
On your marks, get set.
Go! Iguodala to Curry, back to Iguodala, up for the layup. Oh, blocked by James. LeBron James with the rejection.
No long talk. This is where sports meets swagger. No boring breakdowns, just pure energy, passion, and premium banter with your favorite crew on deck every week. Sport Cruise, where sports meets vibe.
That is a princely strike from John Duran. Open mouth.
Hello, my name is Godwin Enoch, I'm a broadcast journalist. Yes, my friend will tell me that I am a sport administrator by accident. Listen every day of the weekday to Sports Cruise on Mainland FM. God bless you.
See, a lot of things happen in life that tend to bring you down. But my brother, man, believe in yourself and believe in God. A lie, people, they lie.
Then be two, later become three. They run things together, live in peace and harmony. Then suddenly, the three been disagree. One goes solo, the other two follow. Oh no, 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 no. The world is vexed right now. See the three been do their thing individually. But remember someday, them go leave each other. Cause truly none of them be brothers. And in case you don't know it, this not true story. Though there's a little misunderstanding going within us. If we break up, not to wake up. See how it was so it. Cause my mama once told me, my son, you're on your own. You have the upper hand. You go make a mass praise the Lord. Sleep no be three, only one say I. No go be to carry on.
All right, guys, welcome back to the show. This is Sports Cruise live from the 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos. And of course, as a tradition, every Thursdays, I will take you guys back to the old school. I play songs done back in the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, as well as the early 2000s, just to bring back that nostalgic feeling that you are, got back in all of those days. And of course, just listened to Alone that was done by FaZe. Let's just quickly talk about the Nigeria Premier Football League very quickly. Yes, just barely 24 hours after announcing their withdrawal from the Nigeria Premier Football League. Cʀᴜɪsᴇ Khalifa have now mentioned, or should I say, they've now officially said or agreed that they will be making a return back to the MPFL, and this also comes after they failed to prosecute their game, their last to partake in the MPFL anymore due to issues, or due to the MPFL prioritizing other things, talking about revenue. But discussions with the league board. However, after constructive engagement with the MPFL authorities, both parties have now reached an understanding, paving the way for Cʀᴜɪsᴇ Khalifa FC's reinstatement with immediate effect. And according to the CEO, Michael Amefola, of course, he said, "We are happy it's on a beautiful game, and we look forward to a more collaborative and productive relationship moving forward." Okwemi, how did we get here?
We didn't go anywhere. So when we were calling them Wiz Khalifa at the start of their promotion,
oh my God,
you have to be on some Wiz Khalifa kind of level to make that decision. I listened to their media officer on one of my friends' sports show earlier, where he was saying that they've not left these
debunking the statement.
No, he was debunking it, and
but it was official statement.
He was just giving the apologies, please. He was just giving the Gen Z vibe, and he was just ranting and talking. And I'm like, first off, do you understand what it means to be the spokesperson of a professional football club, where you are managing the image of a club that is pushing some people's careers, and you just come on radio to say whoever is saying that they should talk to the LMC, they should do this one, they should do that. So when I saw the statements saying that they are back in the MPFL, I just made it. That was about an hour ago on X. After to say you are withdrawn, but somebody now DM'd me, and the person said, we don't understand what may have happened. That the consequences of them withdrawing would mean is that all of the clubs that they've played will lose points. All of the points that are accrued to them, and it will kind of like bring the league into disrepute and disorganize the league and all of that. So, and the person was building all of those, and I said, listen,
they don't even understand that clause. It's a
suspended
clause at the end of the season.
So it's not even like they're paying it.
They're not paying it now.
They said it will be activated if you fail to honor another game between now and the end of the season. So you may not
remember at the beginning of the season, right?
They already applied.
They never wanted
even before now.
Because of the financial commitment. They are not sure they can go on. I think it was after match day 3.
They gave the statement.
Their first 2 games of the season were away games.
Yeah.
So I think the manager felt like effect power low. So they actually applied. But I think the issue was settled and all of that. And I think, just like City Boy said, the suspension, the fine was not immediate. You're not paying the 10 million.
Exactly.
When they say something is suspended, that means it's consequence upon that. If you commit
that same crime, you will now punish
you. They tell you that, as a celebrity, you committed a crime, you will do 200 hours of social this and a suspended jail term. That means if you commit that crime again, that is when you will now serve the jail term. If you fail to honor another game before the end of the season, that is when you will pay 10 million.
So
the only thing you are forforfeiting
is 3 points and
3 goals.
Exactly.
So what exactly is making you put that share back?
When
I not paying this money now, then I say,
now. So let me ask you very quickly, City Boy. 3 points as well as 3 goals being docked off them. Just like Okwemi and you now said, and then explained that the suspension is not going to be happening. What's it called now? The fine. It's not going to be happening now. First off, was that punishment enough for Cʀᴜɪsᴇ Khalifa? And do you have the opinion or to the complaints of the clubs in terms of traveling? Because before that game, I think Cʴūᴜ Khalifa had traveled to the north, and then they were to come down to the southeast as well. So is there some form of unfair treatment by the MPFL?
Not even you see, When I saw that statement, the first statement from Cʀᴜɪsᴇ, without an attribution, because the name of the chairman was not included in the first statement saying that they are withdrawing from the MPFL. I was like, oh, what happened? And if you look at the second statement, the name of the chairman was there. So, but let's talk about the whole issue and what led to these, issue. For me, I would blame MPFL and Cʴūɪsᴇ. Both parties are to be blamed. Yeah. MPFL did not handle the situation professionally, because prior to that game that was scheduled to be played on the 2nd of February, that was on Monday in Maiduguri, Cʴūɪsᴇ, according to obtainable facts, we saw the copy of their.
Is the obtainable facts?
We could obtain it because we saw the copies of
that
the
is
letters.
submitted.
They wrote letters on 3 different occasions to the MPFL League Board without the League Board acknowledging any of those letters. So in that part, MPFL also did not act professionally, because why would you not reply to the letter of one of your members? Because I mean, Cʴūɪsᴇ are also a stakeholder in the league, so they wrote to them highlighting their challenges, their issues, what led to them calling for a postponement of the game. And if you look at some of those challenges, we are in this part of the world. These things are inevitable, especially for private owned clubs. The fact is, MPFL is very, very expensive for privately owned clubs. That's just the fact. Most of these clubs are underfunded. They don't really have enough money, if not for the government's own.
But if you're not serious, then continue playing the NNL.
I'm coming. Please, I want to make some points. So, one of their challenges is the fact that they go back to Owerri on the 27th of January. After leaving Ibadan for Owerri on the 26th, because they played Remo Stars, the reigning champions, at the Lagos.
The one that the stadium is not good at the moment. The pitch is not good.
The pitch is good. What do you mean by don't start what you cannot finish? So they got to Owerri on the 27th, and they had another game, I think, on the 28th. That was on Thursday. Midweek game against Kwara United at home at the Owerri. So they said in that letter that their vehicle broke down on their way back from Ibadan. So they already had that challenge, and they had to actually seek for another alternative to convey their players to Dan Ayam Stadium in Owerri to play against Kwara United. So they already preempt what was going to be their challenge on the road traveling to Maiduguri to prosecute their game that was scheduled on the 2nd of February that was on Monday. So immediately they got to Owerri. They wrote a letter they submitted the letter on the 28th of January. It was not acknowledged by the MPFA. They wrote another one on the 31st of January. It was not acknowledged. Another one on the 1st, because they saw that the game was scheduled, and they were saying that, please, we cannot prosecute this game because of these challenges. Postpone the game. So MPFA did not. I'm not supporting.
My own argument is this.
Banjo,
we all say, or we have the opinion that
it's. There's no justification
for
that.
They should be punished for that.
They should be punished for that. But MPFL not acknowledging. There's a clear lack of communication. So, and lack of communication is one of the league, one of the key stakeholders in the league, highlighting their challenges, their issues they are facing, and then you went mute. Why would they do that?
Okay, who should be held responsible for this bad player we have for the MPFL?
So because over time, when you have been very reckless with official responsibilities, it's difficult for people to want to excuse you from certain faults. And so I want to a bit disagree with City Boy, and reason being that the status does not change, and when there are laws and there are rules, emotion don't exactly apply. So let me digress a little bit. After yesterday's Man City game, Pep Guardiola was talking about the fact that they would have to write a letter to the EFL to allow Maguire to play. But the rules are very clear. If you that was what happened to Semenyo. That was why he played.
That's why he played the first leg.
Man City signed Maguire after the first leg of the semi-final. So he couldn't play, and he won't be playing in the final.
And it was even this season that the rule was even changed. Because before before.
You cannot even play for 2 clubs.
You can't play for 2 clubs.
The rules was relaxed.
And that's still applying in the FA Cup. You apply that. Don't even bother applying. Well, we not respond to the.
He was talking about logic.
So the rules are the rules. See, because we can blame the LMC from now till tomorrow. Certain clubs want to do certain things, and they feel like they can whip up sentiment, and then people will push the blames to the LMC. So I had a conversation with Toby earlier today. And now
the Shooting Stars sporting director. You need to say that. I'm repping Shooting Stars. You can say I'm repping Shooting Stars.
Your mic is
off. And one of the things he was saying is that some of the club sides in Nigeria don't follow protocol. They always want to take advantage of some of the petty things that we do in club management here, and they feel like they can do things and go away with it. The letter that Cǒn:khalifa wrote, first off, was not properly addressed to the right people. 2, when you are sending a mail in the LMs according to the status, you attach the hard copy to the official mail. Electronic communication must be accompanied by hard copy.
And they didn't do that.
And none of that was done.
Imagine.
So as I was listening to City, I felt like, see, because we do things anyhow,
the anyowness,
we feel like we can do it and we'll whip up sentiment. If it were to be a structured league, Cǒn:khalifa will not come back
at all.
The moment they release that first statement,
at all,
you are done. You are out.
In fact, they'll probably ban you for the next 5 years.
I am one person that have constantly asked for private sector involvement in football administration in Nigeria. Especially if you are affiliated to Manchester United. You would always have answers to give. So, and I've always said it, things need to be done properly, right? If you look at some steady progress that we've seen in the last few years in the Nigerian league, there have been a lot of privately owned clubs that have popped up into the scene, and they've shown some consistency, right? Remo Stars readily comes to mind. Ikorodu City readily comes to mind. What the people that are relegated last Sporting Lagos. I watched a couple of Sporting's games when they were still up. The razzmatazz that follows their games, the excitement.
I really wanted them to stay in the league.
The VIP. So
they changed the media narrative.
It looks like things can be done led by properly. You know, so it tells you that fine, it's not easy to prosecute a single game in Nigerian league, right? It's not easy. So and it's not because it's not. See, don't let us get it twisted.
It not take sport as business.
Yes, it is because the league is not profitable.
Yes.
So I'm an investor, and I have 1 billion, and I say, you know what? I want to come to Nigeria, and I want to own a football club. And then somebody will tell me that when I'm coming to play in their stadium, I cannot come with my own camera crew. No. Tell me how that works.
Even the NPFL title without a sponsor.
If I'm coming to play in your stadium,
you cannot come with.
I cannot come with my own camera crew to your stadium. How do clubs see? I will tell you. If not that, Honorable Kunle Shoname is also digressing into other business franchise. He cannot sustain Remo Stars. I can tell you for a fact that up until Remo Stars started selling players, right? Remo Stars was not generating enough to sustain Remo Stars. I've been to that facility several times. That is a world-class standard facility. World-class in the context of Nigeria. Don't get me wrong. Obviously. They have training pitches. They have a recovery room. They have a game room. They have hostels for their under-17.
It's like a proper camp.
It's a standard space. But he was not running that place with Rebel Stars or beyond
the revenue.
You understand? So how many businessmen will bring in billions? When you know that if you are watching a game, one ruthless fan from nowhere can pour urine on the central referee or beat official, then they will banish you to go and play,
and they will fine you,
and they will still fine you.
Let's just leave it.
When you don't even know how much you will get, there's no title sponsor.
Even if you win the league, how much are you?
Let's just leave this very clear and then talk about Sᴘᴏʀᴛ. Obviously, still remaining with African Nigerian stories. Sᴘᴏʀᴛ has now officially left Chippa United after 4 years with the club. This was also confirmed in an official club statement earlier on today. And according to the South African club, Nwabali submitted the transfer request where he asked to leave. With the 29-year-old putting pen to paper, on a 3-year contract, grant Nwabali's release and wish him success in the next chapter of his career. Good move or bad move from Nwabali?
He should have left long ago. I mean, he's been Chippers United are struggling this season. Before Stanley Nwabali came for the AFCON, they were rooted 18th.
I think
they've risen up. They are 14th now.
Currently.
They were in 18th. Before he came to AFCON, he had considered about 29 goals in less than 14 games or thereabout. Then there were injuries concerned and all of that. I feel after the last African Cup of Nations when we came second, which I think Stanley Nwabali was one of the best goalkeepers at AFCON, if not the best apart from final loss. But him still being there with some of the things. The South African League is good.
Yeah.
Whether you like it or not, it's good. Even if you relegate, you still have the opportunity to play playoff and you can still stay back. And even if you go to their second tier, it's still like 1,000 times. Okay, don't let me say what I'm
so
about to say.
all through the AFCON, Chippa United did not lose a single game all through the time that Nwabali didn't play.
I kind of had a feeling that the whole contract thing was just a very honorable way of telling Stanley Nwabali to go away.
But it was eventually
because even the manager came out to say that he was not fit to play for AFCON. Remember, he wasn't playing for Chippa United till the national team called him and he came to AFCON. We were having doubts. Remember, we were saying it that he was not going to make it. Would it be ᴑᴜᴜ? Or was going to be
the second
what's his name now? Francis Узор. Then we saw the team list for game 1. He was there. For game 2, he was there. Against Uganda, he was dropped. For game 4, he was there. For game 5, he was there. For the same player that could not play for his club. So I'm sure that maybe they've told him that from Morocco to your tent to Israel.
But I mean, let's just also.
I actually got a report. I don't know how true it is that Chippa United were at some point demanding 6.8 million rands from Simba SC for Stanley Nwabali just a few weeks ago. And of course, but the coach,
that was before the
Baker was not keen on the move, especially with the goalkeeper having only 6 months left on his contract. So now, fast forward to now, Nwabali submitted a request, and of course, they parted ways, on a mutual agreement. I just think it is long overdue, like he said. He didn't even expect to see Stanley Nwabali at Chippa United after his heroic
some people now said being a free agent, they can now sign for like maybe Arsenal.
You can even go to Arsenal.
I think Man, you need a backup goalkeeper, right?
To C쏘ᴜᴜ.
He's a great goalkeeper.
He has huge national team numbers.
He doesn't have experience.
He has national team numbers.
He's not even Belgian number 1.
Stanley Nwabali is
not even Belgian number 1
for Manchester
United. He's not even Belgian number 1.
He came into bench Bajinda. Bajinda was.
Did you just say Lamens is starting for Man U?
He's starting for
Manchester
United.
Man U is a big club. What are you saying? Anybody can sign for them.
What do you mean?
Are you joking? They had Onana that considered almost 150 goals in less than 2 seasons.
Manchester United.
A team that won only 12 games in the whole of 2025. A team that have used 10 managers since Ferguson left.
Every season has their
a big team, please.
Manchester United is currently
don't
the Premier League. The only team that's defeated Arsenal at the Emirates Stadium. What are you saying? Defeated Manchester City and Arsenal back to back.
And they're still 13 points. They're still 13 points deep of the Arsenal. Please don't demarcate Stanley Nwabali.
Mathematically, Manchester United can compete for the Premier League.
Let's talk about Manchester United. Let's talk about some athletic stories now ahead of the Commonwealth Games. We're going to comment. I know in June, the Athletic Federation of Nigeria has now officially announced the launch of a 6-week Commonwealth Game training camp in Delta Asaba. With 32 athletes also set to begin preparation for the games in Glasgow, starting from Saturday. The contingent comprises of 16 male and 16 female athletes selected from sprints, relays, hurdles, jumps, and throws, are also marking the first phase of the federation's structured build-up programs. And according to the federation, it will be overseen by a 6-member technical crew that is being led by AFN head coach Sᴜᴜᴜ, with specialist coaches responsible for sprint relays, hurdles, vertical and horizontal jumps, as well as throws. Technical director as well, Gabriel Okoye, will be coordinating the overall framework, monitoring athletes' performance, and also ensuring compliance with federation standard. Let's leave that very, very quickly. Well, Lamro Senior has also come out to talk about Arsenal. Just quickly listen to this sound, but we'll be back in EJF.
Hello, my name is Godwin Enakin. I'm a broadcast journalist. Yes, my friend will tell me that I am a sport administrator by accident. Listen every day of the weekday to Sports Cruise on Mainland FM. God bless you.
Cruise 6.
When I get older, I will be stronger. They'll call me freedom, just like a waving.
Oh, jigby. What about you? Atiruka, kilo shele gogo Atiruka, Batistuta, I want to shoot my shot like Batistuta, Ronaldo, Ronaldo.
When you warm up, you have your half, the other team have their half. I've never asked my team or my coaches to encroach on the opposition's territory. In that moment, I didn't think it was. I think that's when you warm up, you have your half, the other team have their half. I've never asked my team or my coaches to encroach on the opposition's territory. In that moment, I didn't think it was right where they were operating in terms of they were affecting my lads' warm up and my staff's warm up. So I asked them, maybe not politely, to make sure they stay in their half. I'm not here to have mind games, or it's just what I think is right and respectful, and hopefully we respect that and other teams do too. Yes, sir.
Hello, my name is Cʀᴜɪ紛 and I'm a broadcast journalist. Yes, my friend will tell me that I am a sport administrator by accident. Listen every day of the weekday to Sports Cruise on Mainland FM. God bless you.
Well, welcome back to this is Sports Cruise on 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos. Well, I mean, I just wish you guys had the opportunity to take a listen to the argument in the studio while we went on that short break. I know while Alarm Rossini's soundbite was playing, but let's just quickly talk about Chelsea as well as Arsenal before now move over and then talk about the former African Player of the Year award we are talking about, Ademola Lookman, who is also set or could be making his debut later tonight. Talking about Atletico Madrid's game against Real Betis in the Copa del Rey quarterfinals. Very, very quickly, we had Lamrosino just ahead of their game against Wolverhampton come out to say that Arsenal disrespected the side just before their game that was during the warm-ups. I mean, what do you make of that statement? First off, do you think that was dark heart from Arsenal, or you felt it was try much as possible to show the visiting side as Chelsea that they were at the Emirates Stadium and wanted to get an undue advantage over them?
It's one of those antiques deployed by football club, but I think that was unsportsmanship from Arsenal. But I don't really want to dwell much on this. I just think Liam Rossino should just move on. Should accept his L and just move on. The game has been played. All these runs and complain for me hold no water, because it can't do anything to the fact that it can't change the fact that they are out of the Carabao Cup. And for me, even the approach. His game approach against Arsenal was faulty because, of course, he went defensive. You needed a goal to qualify.
Understand. What was he supposed to do? Come all out against Arsenal?
Against Arsenal, when
you already have a deficit by
you needed to score. You needed to score goals to advance, and then you are defending.
Are you joking?
Are you going to score from defending? I'm not joking. I'm just saying it's a derby game, regardless of the fact. You see, in a derby game, you don't really consider the current form of both clubs, the clubs involved. This is a derby game. Current form is out of the.
I disagree with you.
No, you cannot.
I disagree with you.
We saw Chelsea
over time.
We saw Chelsea, playing a 1-1 draw, holding Arsenal to a draw, even with a one-man down.
We're not new to this.
But that was Enzo Maresca.
We're not new to this setup.
Yeah.
There were times. I think the difference is the quality of personnel. To execute such plan.
Okay.
When Didier Drogba was the king in this game. Jose Mourinho will pack the boss and launch ball.
Now
for him to hold up
relax.
Okay.
Didier Drogba's body is like magnets. It will hold up the play.
Why wasn't the same done with Lamdela?
I'm coming. It would hold up the play, allow the midfielders to join and give him support.
Who can you compare to Didier Drogba in this current
challenge? That is what I'm saying.
That's why you will fought the formation. No. Because you do not have the right to execute the game plan.
The formation was not the problem. The fact that you don't have the material to execute it, that was the same thing that Ruben Amorim was doing without his 3-4-3, whatever it was.
What happened at the end?
Do you understand? You don't come to play Arsenal, right? with the fact that you've lost the first leg, it's not just a derby. There's the tickets to the final
of the Carabao Cup.
And you've lost the first leg. Bar Manchester United's 3-2 victory at the Emirates. Arsenal have not lost a single game at the Emirates this season. Do you understand? They've scored how many goals in the Emirates? They beat everybody clean and clear. Do you understand?
But they were able to beat Liverpool.
You cannot, of course.
Even in their worst moments.
You cannot come out and say you want to go all out against Arsenal in that game. It's not because one, Arsenal even have a mental advantage over Chelsea as we speak. Before that game, 5 Chelsea managers have played with Arteta. None of them have beaten Chelsea.
Records are meant to be broken.
9 games, 7 wins.
09136
Come on, boy.
09136
There's nothing wrong with that formation. If it has worked, you call it a master stroke.
Let me tell you something.
Very quickly. Hold on.
The only performance that matters in football is winning.
Let's talk
about
That's what I'm saying.
Let's talk about.
That you have called him a genius if that formation
had worked out exactly.
Because of the lack of personnel.
Exactly. I agree with you.
So he should have done a 4-4 against Arsenal.
Do you expect me to praise
and then open up?
I cannot praise performance.
You guys should hold on. Let's talk about the semi-final clash of yesterday between Newcastle and then Manchester City. Obviously, a whitewash of Newcastle yesterday, and in the final on the 22nd of March, it's going to be Manchester City up against Arsenal. A repeat of the 2018 final. Who gets the win on that day?
No, I think the question should be who needs the win the most.
Man City or Arsenal?
And I think Arsenal does because it's significant enough. Yeah, because
Arsenal does.
They've been near men for a while now.
Yeah,
and this is the first final they've gotten to
in last 6 years.
Like 6 years.
But not for cup games.
Right? And a lot of people would also... By the way, they've not won the Carling Cup in over 30 years. By the way. So that
I mean, the start I gave yesterday, I said fans of Arsenal under the age of 30 are yet to see Arsenal leave the Carabao Cup.
Exactly. So it's on them. And because that's the first silverware for the season. There's a way it spins the momentum into going to the other one. They're already talking about the queue now because this weekend there's a crazy matchup. Man U will play Tottenham Hotspur. Liverpool will play Manchester City.
Exactly.
And even in the best of Man Cities, they've never had a decent result at Anfield. And Arsenal would host Sunderland at home. Right? So if Man City fail to beat Liverpool, and Man City should lose, and Arsenal will even play before Man City. Arsenal plays on Saturday.
Maybe
so
there could be 9 points.
They will have gone 9 points off if before Man City. So I think they'll still win the league. But this final, I think Arsenal needs it the most.
I want to disagree. We are focusing on Arsenal. We are saying Arsenal are on the verge of winning a quadruple. And I can tell you for a fact, even Manchester City can win a quadruple. Yes, they are into the final of the Carabao Cup. They are very much.
3 years ago, it was 8 points now. 8 points between Arsenal and Man City.
How many points is between Man City and Arsenal?
Man City and Arsenal is 6 points.
So how many points is between Man U and Man City?
We have to check.
6
points.
6 points.
6 points Champions League.
No, it's possible. That's football. That's what I'm saying. That we cannot say Arsenal are the only. They are the only.
So Arsenal title favorites for the Premier League this season?
Both teams are title favorites.
Who and who?
Arsenal and Manchester City.
09136,000 phones. 09136,000 phones. Let's get to pick some calls. Well, we have a lot of calls coming in right now, as well as a couple of messages. Okay, let's start with messages now. At this point, I am very sorry about that, but I'll definitely credit you. Once I leave at this. So let's also get to read more messages. Good evening, sir. Each time I listen to you, I feel happy. I don't know why. Keep it up, sir. Amino is for you, Mr. Okwemi. Well, that's the message for Okwemi right there. Let's get to pick some calls. 09136,000 Good evening and welcome to the show.
Good evening, this is Amina.
You're welcome, Amina. Oh, you're calling. You want to send a message to Okwe?
Yes.
Please go.
Mr. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, ma.
Thank you for the good work.
Thank you, ma.
I'm a big fan of and you're a big fan.
Thank you.
I want to talk about Carabao Cup.
Quickly, please, quickly.
So, what Liam was saying, you said you should forget about it and everything is gone. Those Arsenal players, see that.
Oh, are you there?
Let's see what they will do. What if they lose winning the league? Because that is not what they know how to do. And now they are raising shoulder for other clubs.
Thank you.
Thank you. I wish them bad luck.
Thank you. Let's pick some more calls. 036,000 phones. Good evening. Welcome to the show. Good evening.
Hello.
Hello, you're welcome. Good evening, you're welcome.
Good evening. This is Emmanuel from Sango.
You're welcome, Mr. Emmanuel.
You see this Chelsea manager, no great worker. They don't beat you, we say they don't beat. They don't beat you, we say they don't. This guy is even better than that. Michael Carrick is even better than that Chelsea manager. No get what now. They don't beat you because why you can't they complain?
Thank you.
Yes, now. They complain.
Thank you so much. Let's speak some more calls. 3 6,000 6,004. Okay, we also have a message here. This person says, good evening to you guys in the studio. Sᴘᴏʀᴛ made the right decision by leaving Chippa United. Thank you so much. I appreciate that a lot. Well, okay, calls is also coming in at this point, and let's also see if we can pick a couple of more calls before I will leave this studio, even though Arioja is now looking at me. Well, yeah, good evening and welcome to the show. Hello? Okay, the network are very so we can't pick any more calls right now. Later tonight, of course, one of our own talking about the former African Footballer of the Year winner, talking about Ademola Lookman, could be making his debut for Atletico Madrid in Atletico Madrid's Copa del Rey quarterfinal clash against Real Betis later tonight. Well, see the ball. What are the odds for Ademola Lookman scoring or assisting tonight?
Well, it's very, very possible. Ademola Lookman is the hottest Nigerian player right now in terms of media.
Well, in terms of
and he has been in the news since last week. So I'm rooting for him. We are rooting for him, and I'm very sure he can make his mark on the pitch tonight.
Well, thank you so much, guys. That's the size of the package. The Thursday edition of Sports Cruise Summer 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos. The show would also making a return tomorrow, but this time it's going to be the Yoruba version. And yes, big shout out as well to the big fish in the studio talking about Ken Ochenongo.
By the way, Michael Carrick has been nominated for the Premier League Manager of the Month.
Joining by 8 p.m. for
another. Last managers who have been sacked. One is struggling with Aston Villa now. Carrick should win it.
And up,
he's going to break the jeans. He's going to break the jeans.
Up next is way back. Have a wonderful evening. See you guys tomorrow.